Hi everyone, welcome to almost November. The energy of October has definitely been full of progress, but very halting progress, at least here in my world. It's been a lot of hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait. So a lot of progress and then pause, progress and pause. So that's been very, very interesting. Fortunately, trying to get better quality sleep has definitely helped. I've been giving myself permission to go to bed a little earlier or even to sleep a little later without beating myself up about it, which I think has benefited greatly in this in keeping my patience throughout everything. I've been doing a lot of trusting in divine timing, reminding myself that I'm trusting in divine timing. So I hope that has been the case for you too. So I want to just jump right into the energies of November. And one of the things that has happened this month is that I have finally received a new deck from Patricia Masakian of the Akashic Records Institute. I've been following Patricia for several years, as anybody who's been around here for a long time probably knows. And so she put out a second edition of her Sacred Crystal Codes Oracle, and these are them. They are beautiful, and because I ordered at a certain time, I also received her Planetary Manifestation Activators, which are 7 cards. They look like this on the back, and they use the energies of the various planets. We're talking the Sun, the Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. And so I am actually going to, this month, I've been playing with these activators, I've been using the Crystal Codes cards and the Planetary Activators every day since I received them, and have really enjoyed their energy and the insight that they've been providing. And if you are familiar with Patricia Masakian, you'll know that every week she does an energy review of the week and helps everyone prepare for the energies of the coming week. I'm not going to follow her process, but I am going to use these cards because I love them, and they really are helpful in my experience. And so I want to see how they help us look at and navigate November. As I am a little unfamiliar with these cards, I'm going to go ahead and read out of the book, just because I have not that much experience with them. I am still getting to know them, but they have already just been wonderful. They feel wonderful. They're wonderful in the hand, but they're energetically, they feel wonderful, and they are fantastic. So let's see what we get for the energy of November. Okay, and the card that came up is number 30, which is Awaken. The book here says, this crystal grid reminds you that you are the personification of divinity and strength. The teacher shows up when the student is ready. Be open to signs and synchronicity. Spend some time contemplating this grid and be open to the intelligence of your body to decode and receive the messages. So I will pop this up on the screen in a bit, where it's the main focus of the screen, so you can pause and simply look at the imagery and study it for a while. I find that in using these crystal code cards, I like to let my eyes wander through the crystal grid for a while and take me where they will. And as I do that, I generally feel the energy from the crystal grid permeating me and bringing me insight and wisdom. So I'm gonna do that. I'll pop it up again. I'm only gonna have it up for a couple of seconds, but you can pause the video and study it as long as you like, and then you can come back. And a little bit more from the book. There are many layers of healing and transmission contained on this grid for your awakening. This sacred geometry of the tree of life represents your true potential. This pattern, this grid, is the tree of life pattern. It forms the key to the universe's original creation, the only reality that enables the fulfillment of one's destiny and true potential. The crystal grid Rose quartz, as the main crystal of the grid, is speaking directly to the heart chakra, dissolving emotional wounds, fears, and resentments, and circulating a divine, loving energy throughout the entire aura. Reawakening the heart to its own innate love, it provides a deep sense of personal fulfillment and contentment, allowing you the capacity to truly give and receive love from others. This is the first step in your awakening process. Supporting crystals are hematite and Lemurian points. Essentially, November's energy is about us awakening to our true selves. Obviously, there's going to be some political upheaval. We have the election, and I am almost certain that after the election, there's going to be upheaval. But the important thing is that we focus on ourselves, our own divinity, and growing ourselves. No matter what happens in the outside world, upheaval or not upheaval in the outside world, we make the most progress in our lives when we focus on ourselves, on growing ourselves. Think of the tree of life, the tree of life. Think of yourself as a tree, extending your roots down into the ground and extending your branches, your canopy up to the heavens to get the sunshine and the rain and the groundedness of your feet in the earth. And focus on you. There's a lot to be learned from trees, and I won't go into that today, but consider yourself a tree. When you feel yourself getting frazzled, getting worried, getting fearful, or even just getting overexcited or tired, contemplate this, the crystal code. Let your eyes wander through it. Just stare at it. And maybe do that while considering yourself as a tree. Feel your heartbeat slow to the speed of a tree. If it had a heart, how slowly it would move, how slowly it grows, how firmly planted in the earth it is, how it reaches up for sunshine and rain and extends toward the heavens and bridges the gap between heavens and earth. And now, this month I am trying something new, and that I am not using the Archangel Raphael Healing Oracle cards. Instead, I really have found that the Planetary Manifestation Activators have been really helpful in giving me a boost each day in trying to focus on the daily energy of the sacred crystal codes. And so I want to try that this month for us. And these cards are not really intended as a standalone oracle. They are generally meant to be used with other oracles to help you boost their power, to better understand the energies and the messages of, and integrate the messages of other oracles. So I'm gonna draw here, and I do want to point out that each one of these, you'll see, has spots. Whoop! It has spots here. It has circles for crystals. So you can make each one of these is like its own little crystal grid. And so if you want, you can get your own set of these cards. I'll put a link at the end of this blog post and at the end of this video. You can get your own set. If you want, you could, pause the video, get a screenshot, print it, and print this. I have used crystals on them all week. Whatever crystals I generally feel urged to use by my intuition. So anyway, let us get started here. I have asked which planet's energy is going to be most beneficial to us in awakening to our inner truth and our inner being in the month of November. And I received this card, which is Mars. So here we are looking at awakening your courage. That's the key phrase, awaken your courage. So that's kind of nice here, right? Awaken, and the phrase is awaken your courage. So Mars, I don't want to point to the warlike aspects of Mars here. What I'm getting is more the inner courage, that inner strength, using and drawing upon your inner strength rather than the warlike tendency, the argumentative tendency. I'm trying to think of the best way to express what I'm getting here. The warrior who is certain of who he is and of his skill does not need to boast or brag or be heavy-handed, does not need to throw his or her weight around. Part of awakening to who we really are, we need to use our strength to find who we really are. And then once we find who we really are, we use that to further support us in awakening. Okay, so we've got that cycle. I'm getting a lot of things that don't have words today. The booklet for the cards actually gave me a couple of very good words here, the words that I was failing to find. Tenacity, will, affirmation, assertiveness. So the key is to find out who we are. Obviously, we're working on awakening to our true selves. We have to call on our inner strength as we do that. We have to use our inner will to keep ourselves going, because it is not an easy process, awakening. It really isn't. And it tends to take a while, or it can happen very suddenly, but then you have a lot of things to come to terms with. So that's the best way I can describe it. So basically, the energy of Mars can help us to keep strong as we work through this awakening, and it can help us find the assertiveness and tenacity to work through this awakening, and that's individual awakening. There's a whole other issue of societal awakening, in which, again, tenacity and assertiveness can definitely benefit us. But again, there's the distinction to be aware of, that you can be assertive and confident while also not being brash and too loud, I guess. It's the moving forward with certain steps toward your goal and recognizing, being able to assess with a clear head and clear feeling what is going to get you closer to your goal, rather than simply letting your mind or your heart speak too loudly, too aggressively. So in my mind, assertiveness is slightly different than aggressiveness. Assertiveness allows you to use your own inner strength to simply do what you most need to do and to make the moves that you need to make, whereas aggression tends to take on a life of its own and kind of just overtake everything. With this month, see, it's kind of a snarl to me. I'm not getting anything really clearly. There's just a lot going on here for this energy. So Patricia actually in the book mentions the law of expectations being associated with the card, the activator from Mars, and she says that you do not get what you want. This law says that you do not get what you want, you get what you expect. And expectation is a powerful force. Things happen the way you anticipate they will. And here's the key. Most people are trained to plan for the worst that can happen. I know I was growing up. Plan for the best, but be prepared for the worst, expect the worst things. This isn't optimal. So instead, the key is to tell yourself that wonderful things are going to happen, and to actually expect those wonderful things to happen. Not just to tell yourself, because if you tell yourself and you believe, though, that only bad things are going to happen, then only bad things are going to happen. if we really work this month on expecting the universe and to conspire in our favor and expecting everything to work out for the best, we will be surprised. And I hear the negative voices. I hear the people who are going to be complaining about elections and everything. And again, I say we are focusing on ourselves, because you cannot change the world. You cannot effectively change the world until you start changing yourself, until you improve yourself. When you get yourself to a certain energetic level, you affect others around you, and if they are willing to be affected. You can't force your beliefs on anybody. You can't force people to change, just like they can't force their beliefs on you or force you to change. So it is important this month to keep your energetic sovereignty, find yourself, and work on awakening yourself using the law of expectations. Expect that the world, that the universe are conspiring to give you the very best in life. I've been through this a lot in the past couple of years, the past few years. And I can honestly say that when I made that mindset switch a few months ago, really made the mindset switch. I was working on it for years. When I really made that mindset switch a few months ago, it finally started helping things in my life shift and move after they had been paused for a very, very long time. What felt like a very, very long time. So I do suggest that you do this. Now, if you want to work with scents, with essential oils or crystals or herbs or anything like that, with the energy of Mars, if you don't already know those associations, you may want to choose to work with, for scents, myrrh, dragon's blood. I love working with dragon's blood. Tobacco, black pepper, cinnamon, red pepper, patchouli, musk, rosewood, or juniper wood, or woods in general. And crystals, good crystals for working with Mars energy and for helping with your assertiveness, tenacity, etc., are garnet, flint, red aventurine, and ruby. Good herbs for this are aloe, garlic, cayenne pepper, nettle, mustard, wormwood, rue, hellebore, ginger, hyacinth, cloves, and ginseng. And finally, gods and goddesses, if you want to work with those energies, good ones to work with are Aries, Agni, Athena, Bast, and Thor. After consulting with my guides, I'm not going to simply offer prayer as I have most times, and I'm not going to do a clearing like I did last month. What I am going to do is invite you to a very, very brief meditation and prayer with me in which we set our intent for the month. So I invite you to sit in a chair with your feet flat on the floor, sit up straight. Rest your hands, palms up on the tops of your thighs. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and breathe deeply into your body. If you notice any discomfort, tension in your body, breathe deeply into that part of your body. Ask it to relay any wisdom to you that it has to impart. Already I'm releasing. I have the urge to yawn, which is usually a good sign. Now, imagine your first chakra, which is at the end of your tailbone. Ask it to open and ask it to extend a root down from your first chakra all the way down through your chair, through the floor, through all the layers of the earth, down to the core of the earth. Or you can envision the core of the earth being a ball of fire, a ball of molten lava, And you want to envision this cord being as thick as at least 6 inches thick, preferably as wide as your hips. And now ask the chakras in the bottom of your feet to open and feel the earth's energy supporting you. Now, feel lots of little roots coming out from your feet and extending into the earth, grounding you in the earth. Again, go back to that tree imagery. Think of yourself as a tree. Think of this large root that we sent out from the root chakra down to the core of the earth as being the taproot. And think of these little roots coming out from your feet as being all those other roots that help keep the tree firmly grounded, firmly rooted in the earth. Feel the stability and the energy of the earth. And now request that some energy from the earth come up through those little roots in your feet, extending from your feet, and that they come up through your legs, through the energy channels on the outside of your legs, and that the energy comes up to your root chakra. And as it travels through your legs and through your first chakra, that earth energy is going to help you release any stuck energies, any stagnant energies that you are ready to release as you move forward to awakening this month. And we're going to let those energies go down through the root, extending from the root chakra down to the center of the earth, where it's going to be recycled by the earth, and the earth will purify it and use that energy for its own purposes. Continue to take a few deep breaths and feel that energy coming up from the earth, grounding you, helping clear away any energy that doesn't serve you anymore, any soul level agreements, and letting it take those agreements and that stagnant energy, any blockages, down to the earth for renewal. Now ask your crown chakra to open and feel the energy from the sun. Feel the energy from the center of the universe. But in this case, especially the sun, the warmth of the sun, the supporting energy of the sun. And invite that energy that gives you strength and support. Invite that energy down through your crown chakra, down through the energy channels of your body, through your crown chakra, your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacrum, and down to your root chakra. And here in the root chakra, it's going to combine with the earth energy. So now you've combined, like a tree, you've combined the energy from the sun and the stability of the earth. And you are going to help share that with the universe. Imagine this mixture of energy from your first chakra traveling up, back up through your chakras, through your sacrum, your solar plexus, your heart, your throat, your third eye, and your crown, up and out through your aura, and showering out and over you. This is like the oxygen that the trees give to us and the moisture that comes from the leaves of trees. Imagine yourself as that tree. And this combined heaven on earth energy is leaving you, combined as only you can combine it, and is going out to bless the world and to bless the universe. And then more of this energy This heaven energy and this earth energy is mixed in your root chakra. It's going up your spine, and it's splitting at your shoulders and traveling down through your arms and out through your hand chakras. And this energy, this blesses you and everything you touch. Here is where we are thinking of the awakening, the blessings that you spread when you awaken to your true self. This very much comes from the heart. The heart chakra is connected to the palms. So here, when you are acting from your heart and you are using this groundedness of the earth and the energy of the sun and mixing this, and it comes out of your heart and down through your hands, it blesses everything you touch. And finally, more of this energy from your root chakra, where the earth energy and the sun and universe energy are mixing. It's going to travel down through the inside energy channels of your legs, down through your feet, into the earth, through all of those little roots that we put out, and blessing the earth, giving more nutrition to the earth. If you think of yourself as a tree, giving more nutrients back to the earth and holding the earth in place, even as the earth holds the tree in place. As you sit and feel this energy, this grounded energy from the earth, and this supportive strength from the sun coming into you and combining in you in a way that is unique to you and to no one else. Know that the energy of Mars helps support you in attainment of your goals, and take a moment to set your intention for this month to awakening to your truest self and to any goal that is important to you this month. Take a moment now to get it firmly in mind. You can speak it out loud if you like, or simply offer it silently to your guides and to the universe. Now, you are welcome to sit in this energy for as long as you like, feeling the strength, the stability, of being like a tree, being a column of joined heavenly and earth energy. When you are ready, you can stop pulling energy down from the universe, stop pulling energy up from the earth, but know that you are always connected, and that at any point, if you feel that you need further support, you can draw on that energy. We thank the universe. We thank Source in whatever way we conceive of it for the strength of the earth, for the strength of the heavens, for the sunlight, for the rain, for the air that nourish us. And know that we move forward this month into deeper awakening, fully supported in our goals. Namaste.